sense does it make to end? What sense does it make to end? Is the ruler of them all. Doesn't matter what you play, doesn't matter. Oh man, this guy is hilarious. I'm gonna guess. People are so dumb. What is wrong with these people, man? This shit's hilarious. Not sure what's wrong with these people. I don't think I'll ever be sure about these people. D. Oh, I know where that is. Yeah, that's where it is. Mm. What? Oh, it's right there. Oh, okay. I got you. Mm. Okay, I got you. Mm. I'm gonna have to go down there and check it out. Stupid ass woman. That's gross. Oh. Mm. What the heck is that? How could someone let their shit get that bad? That's like super gross. Oh, that's pretty gross. Yeah. These people make me laugh. What on earth are these things? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. How dumb these people are. Oh my god. Wow. It's really sad. Unreal. Pretty sad. It's a pretty sad world out here. People are crazy. These people are like the dumbest people on earth. Wow. These people are dissing the shit out of these idiots. Oh well, not my problem. Some people are never gonna learn in life. Some people will never learn. Some people will never learn. Oh boy. It's not late. Americans believe transgenderism is a mental illness. Do you agree? Uh, duh. Hey, Barbie. Just doing some stuff here. Talking to my friend about some music. He just told me that this artist that I want is at his studio right now. Like literally right now. Yes, finally. I got it. I got that done. Cool. I'm happy with that.
There are no pirates at sea yet.
It's me, Donald Trump. I'm gonna go where All right, cool. I'm not going nowhere. What do you mean? Do you want to come back afterwards? I ain't going nowhere, Barbie. No, I'm talking. This guy doesn't live here. If that's what you mean. Like I don't have to go to the studio. The guy don't live here. He just left me a message and said that the guy's at the studio right now. So I just told him, yeah, to do a song for me. So it's perfect. Oh yeah, I just got a hold of somebody that I needed to get a hold of, but I'm good now. I sent everything I needed to send to him. I just sent the email and I just sent him what I needed to send him. Everything is good to go. Thank God I did it at the right time. Spirit has ways of making things happen. So that's good. I'm like, phew, I barely met, I almost missed the deadline. So that's good. Sometimes people say they're coming and they don't come like to the studio. So it gets annoying at times. Like, I'm like, well, is the guy there? Or is he going to do it today? And they're like, oh, no, he's going to do it tomorrow. So he just literally, I just said, is it still available? Is the guy still available? Is he coming? And he just voice messaged me and said he's here right now. And I was like, great, I love it. I'm happy everything worked out. Good. Whew. I thought I was gonna miss it. You plan, God laughs. I was planning on getting something else, but then it's all good. At least I'll get one. The high tomorrow is 10. Hell no. Today and tomorrow is going to be 63, 64. It's actually pretty nice outside. It's not bad at all. Not bad at all. I didn't realize what time it was. Another commercial break? The fuck? Why is there so many? I don't think I put it up there like that. Let me see. It says low frequency, so it shouldn't be. Actually, let me fix it. There we go. I changed it to like scheduled every 30 minutes. So now it won't be so frequent. Dumbass shit. I hate ads, but unfortunately I have to deal with them. But it's all good. Mercy. Why me? Well, it bothers some people. I mean, at the end of the day, they've made it like kind of, it's still a choice, but running the ads is like, um, running the ads, you make money off of it. What in the world is that? Yeah, exactly. It's all good. Yeah. Can't stand that stupid notification thing. It's so annoying. My sister and my nephew's home. That's what the notification was, is to alert me that they're home. I swear time's flown by today. I don't know what it is, but time is just like, to me, today It's like today went by super fast. I can hear my nephew outside talking. He's got a deep voice. My pain in the ass. I had. What did you have for dinner tonight, Barbie? I had chicken. I had chicken breast, shake and bake chicken breast with vegetables, broccoli, cauliflower, and carrots, and rice. Chicken flavored rice. That's what I had for dinner tonight. And I had a chocolate cupcake, a little small one that my sister got. It was pretty good. Had some ranch dip with it. It was pretty good. Tomorrow I'm gonna have fish. Obviously, Fridays. I gotta get up tomorrow and go down there and see if he's got some more fish. I might get. Well, I can get a lobster for my birthday on my birthday, so but I might get one before actually. Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Actually, me. Do I have that? Do Let me see if I have that on here. Um, what was I gonna do? Channel. Um, yeah, it was that. Shut up. Stop using ChatGPT. Shut up. Fucking nuisance. It's so annoying. I'm so sick and tired of ChatGPT. refresh the chat. There wasn't one, I guess. I don't know. So dumb. Oh my God. Oh well. You had homemade beef vegetable soup for dinner. That sounds good. Everybody's eating soup lately. I'm not really a soup person, but you know what? I want some clam chowder. That's what I want. I haven't had clam chowder forever. I still have the recipe, but the only problem is finding the clams. Sometimes they don't have clams here, and they're only at specific. Actually, you know what? I can go to that place. Will probably have them. Actually, there's a place in the city that will have it. I'm craving clam chowder so much. And I don't want to get the one that comes in the can. It doesn't taste like the original. It tastes okay, but I don't want no can shit. Let's see, do I have a pen here? Yes, I do. Apple cake. Oh, that sounds good. My mom's gonna make the sweet bread. She's gonna prepare it tonight for tomorrow, so I can't wait for that. Um, all right. I need clams and the juice. I got the bacon. I need half and half cream. You use the leftover roast, so that's nice. That's what my mom does. She uses like the picnic ham or like the shoulder of the bone, like the bone and all that, and she puts it inside the soup to give it that taste. She does that all the time. I'm not really a soup person. I like chowder better. It's kind of almost the same thing, but not really. All right, I need clams, the clam juice, the half and half cream. I got onions. I got the bacon. I put onions and bacon in mine. And then what else do I need for that? A little bit of flour. You put in there just a little bit to thicken it up. And that's pretty much it. Water. But yeah. I have to look at my recipe. I gotta look at my potatoes. Right? I have potatoes too. Yeah, I have potatoes. Yeah, it's potatoes. It's half and half cream, potatoes, clams, the clam juice, the bacon, the onions, and the potatoes. That's what, and water. Put water in there. You do the potatoes, and you add the cream. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I know how to do it. I remember. I've done it like a million times, but I haven't done it for like maybe over a year. I think the last time I did clam chowder was probably over a year ago. So I'm gonna see if I can get the clams, the clam juice. That's the main thing. The clam juice I can always get anywhere, but sometimes they don't have the clams. Like it's very rare. Only certain places have them. But yeah, I have everything else. I have the potatoes. I pretty much have everything I need. Yeah. I think what I might do is Saturday. Saturday, I think I'm gonna make the clam chowder. Cause tomorrow I'm gonna have fish, and Saturday I can make the clam chowder. Sounds good. I think that's what I'm gonna do, and I'll make a lot, so that way I can have it the next day. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Holla at your boy. Hey Dan, how you doing, bro? What's the verdict? You're alive, so that's good. That's a plus. Amen for that. What the doctor's attorney said, Mark. Well, I'm glad you're here, bro. And I'm glad you're okay. Our favorite redneck came in here today. She said she's okay. She's worried about her son being in Hawaii with his friend, his best buddy. But he's okay though. He's doing good. And Emmy is was at the dentist getting her retainer for her braces sorted out. Yeah, I told her we all were asking about her and how she's bullshitting and she's not showing up. But yeah, she came in and made her presence known. She's good. Yep. So yeah, she's good. I just wanted to relate that message to you and anyone else that listens any other time. Marley's good. She's okay. All is well. That's good. It's good to have a good sister. Huh? I have one of those. I have two, but one of them's good, one of them's bad. That's nice that you have people that care about you, bro. We were thinking about you. I agree with you 100%. That's why I keep all the women in here because they all care about me. And that's no lie. Shit. All the women in here care about me. They always check up on me, especially when, things were bad. They're all good to me. All my women on here are good to me. I always tell them all when all fails, you got me. So it's all good. They're happy with that. That's good. I'm glad you're home. It's not, I would not want to stay at the hospital too long anyway. A lot of people, if it's not like, if it's not a big serious thing, if you're not getting a serious surgery, like a heart fucking open heart surgery or something. They're sending your ass home. Same thing here. My mom's best friend got a back surgery and she's already home. Yeah, fuck that. I don't want to be there. I remember I spent the night. I had a boil, like a cyst on the top of the crack of my ass, right on top. Thank God it wasn't in there. Holy shit. Yeah, I was working, I felt this big ass boil on like bulge in my fucking back. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I went to the hospital and they said you gotta get operated on right away. And I was like, oh for fuck's sake. So I went home, got a shower, came back, and then I got operated on that night. I woke up the next morning and I was like, oh fuck. Big hole in my fucking back. They dug it all out, never got it again, thank God. That was like 25 years ago. They said it got infected. Hey, love and life, how you doing? You feel so much closer to me now. See, that's the uh, that's the only time I actually got operated on. And then the other time I got put down was when I got my 4 wisdom teeth taken out, and that was a pain in the ass too. My mouth had stitches in it. But one funny moment about me getting put down, uh, you know, when I had the boil and there was cysts on my back, when I remember like laying down and they were about to like put the thing on me to put me to sleep. I looked up like this and it was this sexy nurse and she had a booger in her nostril. And that's the last thing I remember seeing before I got put down. And that visual will never go away. She was unattractive after that. I wanted to tell her that she had a booger in her nose, but I couldn't. She put me to sleep. She was like, "Hi, I'm putting you to sleep." And I looked up. I was like, "Oh fuck, booger." And that was it. She put me to sleep. She must have thought I was gonna forget. No, no. I still remember that. That's the funny story that I remember before they put me down. You know, put me to sleep, I mean. Not put me down. Put me to sleep sound like a fucking dog or something. But yeah, that's what I remember. It was not a pretty sight, but you know, it's all good. I can laugh about it, man. It's all good. It happens, you know. It's not like somebody's actually looking up your nose for boogers, but apparently I saw it. Poor Dan. Poor little pinky toe. Now you can't say this little piggy went to the store, this little piggy left. What you mean it left? Look, it's fucking gone. Hey, at least you don't have 6 toes, man. Like my ex, she had a 6 toe. She didn't want to get it chopped off. She wore sneakers everywhere she went. She never wanted me to see it. I ended up seeing it briefly one time because we were swimming, and I was wondering why she was faster. She had ingrown. She had a she had a like a flipper. She was faster than me. Let me not joke about those things. Oh, hell no. I've never sucked on a toe a day in my life. No, no. Hell no. I'm, anybody who has a foot fetish, that's the perfect person for him. I'm crusty ass fucking toes. Hell no. You'll never see me do that shit. You couldn't pay me to suck nobody's toes. Our feet are like the dirtiest shit in the world. Ugh. Fuck that. Ugh. Ugh. It's gross. Oh, did he ask her father for her toe in marriage? Yeah. I feel sorry for her. Nah, I don't do toes. Hell no. My mouth ain't meant for those things. That shit's nasty. I ain't sucking nothing. Fuck that shit. That's gross. No, no. You'll never see Marky do that gross ass shit. Uh-uh. No, no. No, no. But yeah. You have to go back for a second operation? Oh no. For what? Like they well, for the bun thing or whatever? That's fucking bullshit. Well, my feet are beautiful, but I wouldn't let nobody suck my toes though. That ain't happening. If a woman told me she wants to suck my toes, I'd be like, woman, you better fuck off. Don't you ever do that shit to me. That's just nasty. I know you love my feet, they're beautiful. For a guy, I have, amazing feet. I would show you, but I'll probably get in trouble. A snake trail of shattered bone. Yeah, that's probably what I thought. Yeah. Let's hope that's successful and you're better. You know. Barb said, "I'll be right back. I can't handle all this toe sucking shit." Yeah, I'm not into all that fucking crazy shit. That's not happening. Oh, that's good, bro. I'm proud of you. Better you than me. Fuck that. Ugh. I'll never forget I told that story on here for the first time. I had everybody in this room with their stomach hurting. I'll never forget Marley was in here when I told the story and she was fucking dying in here. We were all talking about like our exes and shit like that. And I told everybody that I was dating a six-toe hoe. That's what I called her. A six-toe hoe. And everybody was in here laughing like crazy and they started saying that shit. Every live, it was like a thing for us to laugh and shit. Funny as hell. Speaking of Beetlejuice, my friend Virgo gave me a Beetlejuice deck, look. Beetlejuice tarot deck in memory of my six-toe hoe. Let's see. It's a freaky ass deck. It's got some freaky ass shit on there. Gothic shit. I haven't watched the movie in fucking 20 some years, so I forget how it was. Yeah, I pulled some of the cards for her and some other people that were in here. Yeah. They're all right. She gave me two decks. She gave me this one too. This is one of my favorite decks now. It's Dungeons and Dragons. She gave me both of these decks as a gift. It was supposed to be for Christmas, but it got here a month later. It was stuck in the mail. But this deck is one of the most amazing decks I've ever seen in my life. This one is like really, really nice. I have some nice decks, but this one is probably the nicest tarot deck. Well, there's another one I have called Golden Tarot. That one's really nice too. But this one here, it just feels so nice. Look at it. See the Queen of Fire. And the back of it is like that. And it's got like a braille type of rough, like you know how you have braille for like people who are like, you know, blind and shit. Like it has like a small braille feeling to it. The cards are like really, really nice. Yeah, better late than ever is right. But they're beautiful cards there. The Ten of Swords. It's nice. It's a nice deck. Beautiful imagery. It's a nice deck. Even comes with like a booklet to tell you about like a brief message about the card and stuff. I'll give you one if you want one. See, little tarot deck book. The actual case and everything is amazing. Definitely a really nice deck. Let's see. I had the book upside down. Seven of Intelligence, which is Seven of Swords. You ready, Love and Life? I pulled you 3 cards, and I'll read what it says. You got the Seven of Intelligence. It says, how we play games, hide our real selves, and mask our true intentions out of fear or hurt. So try not to hide your real self. No need to put a mask on. No need to fear. Just show your true self. Then we got the 8 of Wisdom. Let's see what that says. All right. So your next card is the 8 of Wisdom. And it says, finding a way out of past pain by having faith that something better is working for you. Then you got the 4 of Wisdom. And the 4 of Wisdom is taking time to meditate and let go of all nasty thoughts, noisy thoughts that are in your head. Taking time to meditate and let go of all noisy thoughts that are in your head. There you go. Those are your 3 cards. Danny, if you want 3 of these cards, I'll give you 3 too. Just let me know if you want them. I'll gladly give you some. Okay, cool. You hear the noise the deck makes? Look. It goes. It's got like that vinyl texture to it. It's so nice. These cards are so nice. I love you, Virgo. Thank you for giving me these cards. Well, if it was on point, I'm glad. That means spirit is connected to the new cards. Of course, Dan. That's what we're here for, brother. We should all pray for each other at all times, you know. You know, me and sis, we're always praying for you. Oh, look, speak of the I would never call her a devil. But you know, speak of look who's here, sis. See, sis is in the building. Okay, she must have heard the damn cards. That's what it is. But I already gave her some. Okay, Danny. Let's see. You got the 6 of intelligence. And that's the 6 of swords. Let me see if I can find it. There it is. All right. The 6 of intelligence is freeing yourself from burdens and old ways of thinking. Freeing yourself from burdens and old ways of thinking. And you got the justice. All right. Let's see. The justice card is one of my favorite ones in this deck because I explained this the other day. If you look very closely at this card, she has her knife through the devil there on the bottom. And the next card you have is the devil. So it says your capacity to create a new reality through shattering old limited beliefs. And then you got the devil card. But let's see what it says in this thing. The devil card says, how we deal with our shadow self. This card calls us to cut through lies and see how honest we can be with ourselves. That's true. Cut through the bullshit and just, you know, be honest with yourself. That's all. Just be honest and just say, hey, look, I got to do this and I got to do it. It's that simple. Simple as that. Okay. Tanya, you said, so glad to see you, bro. I'm glad you made it through. You're going to heal quick. I had a scary thing happen. I just got out of the eye doctor and it's dark. And my eyeballs are dilated. And I can't see to drive because the headlights are halos. Pulled over out of school. I'm waiting. Oh, shit. I hate when that happens. It takes like an hour for it to get better. I remember when I got my eyes dilated for the first time. I was in Boston at the Lens Crafters like 6 years ago now, around this time too. And never forget it. The guy said it's going to take about at least an hour for you to actually see properly again. I said, okay, that's cool. I'm just going to walk around the mall anyway. I walked around the mall, then I went into a shop. And I tried to look at the tag to see how much the shirt was, and I couldn't see it. It was all blurry. I'm like, fuck, I want this shirt so bad. I could see the shirt, and I knew what it was, right? But I couldn't see the damn tag, and I couldn't see the price. And then I was like, look, just come back in an hour, because you might be paying more than what this thing says. So, Yeah, you know what? I went to the gas station yesterday. No, 2 days ago, I went to the gas station, and I put my card in there, my debit card, and it asked me for my code, so I put it in, and then it says decline, and I'm like, "Fuck, you talking about decline?" And I'm like, "What the hell?" And then I was like, "Fuck this!" So I bring up my credit card. So I put my credit card in there, and it worked. And then I'm saying, well, maybe I can't use my debit card because it's not a credit card. So, but when I used the credit card, it worked perfectly fine. And then I used my debit card probably like 20 minutes later to buy groceries, and it worked perfectly fine. And I was like, what the fuck? That was some weird ass shit. And they never did it again. So I'm thinking that when I go to that specific gas station, it says credit card. So I think that I'm not allowed to pay with the debit card, I guess. That's why I said decline. I'm like, decline. I know that is. That's some bullshit. Fucking decline around here. So anyway, I still got my gas because I paid with my credit card, and then I used my debit card right after to see if it was working. And then it worked, no problem. So I guess it was the gas station thing. I guess you can only do it by credit card, I guess. Anyway, that's what happened to me. Stupid ass cards. A new pair of glasses and a new pair of sunglasses and a box of contacts, and they didn't tell me that I would have issue driving. I guess I should have asked. Well, when your eyes get dilated, that's what happens. That's like everybody should know that it's gonna be like at least an hour before you get better. Oh, does the car have a heater? Yeah, exactly. That's worse. Yeah. Well, please be careful, Tanya. Yeah. Yeah, I could. How far away are you from home? Is it a long time? Yeah, that's all. Hopefully, you're not too far away from home. Yes, please don't. We need you. You can't die yet. You got karma to fulfill. That's not that bad. 10 miles isn't that bad. You'll be there in no time. 15 minutes. You'll be good. You know? Yeah. She be styling. She got two pairs of glasses. You could put on your shades, Might be better. I'll never forget when my dad he got his eyes dilated, and he had to wear these fucking dumbass like makeshift shades. Hey, that shit was the funniest shit in the world. I videotaped him, and everybody's like, "You're so mean." Well, it's not. I mean, obviously, sunglasses are not good at nighttime unless you're one of these idiots that go out. Well, you said I bought a new pair of glasses and a new pair of sunglasses. So I'm thinking you have the sunglasses. Yeah, I still have. It looks like the Matrix fucking glasses. Um, what was I gonna do? I can't remember where that video is, but that shit was fucking hilarious. I think this is it. No, that's not it. Oh, here it is. I'm so mean. I videotaped my dad. Look at my dad with the makeshift glasses. Look. I was driving and I videotaped him. He didn't even see me. And I sent it to my sister and my nephews, and they were fucking laughing so much. They're like, "You're so mean. Leave Grandpa alone." I'm like, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just, trying to crack a joke. All right. Okay, Dan. No, he didn't even know. He didn't even know I was recording him. Because he was talking to me. He's like, he probably couldn't even see, right? Because he has the dopey things on. He says he couldn't really see. And I was driving the car. I had to drive for him. It was like the funniest shit ever. It was so funny. Yeah, he was focusing on the road, even though he wasn't driving. But I was driving. I pulled out my phone because it was so hilarious seeing him with those glasses, right? I miss him. He was a big pain in my ass, but I still miss him, like. No, he weren't driving. He was in the driver's seat. I mean, he was in the passenger seat. I was driving because he couldn't drive. That's why I went with him. I went with him to his eye doctor appointment, and he had some cataract in his eye, but he never wanted to get it taken out. He just wanted to get like stronger glasses. He ended up getting those glasses like a month before he, no, 2 months, 3 months before he passed away. Brand new glasses for nothing. Fucked up. But I'm so glad I videotaped that. At least I have him, talking to me in the car and videotaping me, and they can laugh about shit like that. I recorded him many a times. Yeah, he was definitely focused. He always makes sure that I'm driving perfect because he gets scared. He's one of those people that don't like people driving for him. He wants to be in control. But see, he trusts me to drive for him because nothing's ever happened, you know. Because I used to drive all the time, and then when we used to watch football games and go to the club, I used to have like 2 beers, and he used to say, "Oh, I'm driving because you had 2 beers," and I'm like, "Dad, I'm not drunk. Okay, please stop. If I get pulled over, I'm not gonna go to jail. I only had 2 beers, and I'm fine. Oh, no, it's better if I drive." I'm like, "Go ahead, drive, man. You know, you're fucking weird." He was such a pain in my ass. He always made a big deal out of everything. Damn Libra. But it's cool though. There were some days where I wish he wasn't around anymore because he was such a pain in my fucking ass. And, you know, every time he irritated me, I would say, when I used to say to myself, when he's gone out, I won't even miss him because he's a fucking nuisance. He's a pain in my ass. I used to say that shit all the time. And now I wish I would have never said it. But in the moment you just get mad, right? But you know, but I wish he was still here though. And he knows that anyway. He knows he's a pain in the ass. But it's just the way he is. He never changed. He was always paranoid, worried. Yeah, it's in the moment you get mad at someone and you say stupid shit. At least I can admit it that it was wrong, at the time. But I know for a fact that, he's happy now. Hey Virgo, what's up, sweetheart? You good? I know he's happy because I painted his roof of his house. My mom's happy, and plus it's free because I paid for it and did my part for free too. And I paid my cousin for his duties. The roof's all ready to go for another 4 years, so everything's painted, freshened up, cracks fixed, good to go. Yeah, I just gave Love and Life 3 of the new cards of the Dungeons and Dragons because I love that deck, so I had to pull some more cards. Yeah, it's crazy because, like, a lady at the grocery store once said to me, I'd say about 2 years, maybe a year and a half ago, about a year and a half ago, this old lady, she's probably like maybe, I wouldn't say she's that old, but about 75 is pretty old, right? I would say she's about 70 years old, maybe between 70 and 75. She was at the grocery store and she said, she said to me, "Oh, uh, they were talking about mamas and everything and how mamas and this and that." She goes, "Well, my mama's been gone for 20 years. God rest her soul. I know she's in spirit. I hope she's, in heaven. And, you know, but I tell you one thing, if God told me she was going to bring her back into my life, I'd say, no, no, that's okay. You can stay right there where you are. I had enough of you." Hey, I laughed so much. She said it so serious. And she said it just like that. She goes, "I love my mama, but God can have her now in spirit. I'm had enough of her. I'm good. I don't want her back." Yeah, I laughed so much. I said, "Fuck that." I said, "That's how I feel about my dad." Because my dad's such a fucking pain in the ass, right? He's so stubborn and so ignorant. And he says like the stupidest shit sometimes to me. And I'm like looking at him like, who is this guy? Like, like how the fuck are you my dad? Like what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I always used to tell him that I was the best thing that he ever made in his life. And he used to look at me, just shake his head, and my mom goes, "Don't say that." And I was like, "Yeah, look at all your kids, you know? Look at me. I'm the best thing you ever fucking made. You must have made my ass on a full fucking moon, on the eclipse. Fuck. That's why I'm the Aquarius of the family. Aquariuses are the best things made. Fuck." And I used to tease him all the time. We used to go at each other all the time, but not in a really, not in a violent or a fucked up way, But like, I used to disrespect him sometimes because he was annoying. You know, he was just he was a very negative person. He was always negative, always worrying, always says stupid shit that don't make no sense. And then he used to always like, make me feel like I had to prove myself all the time. But now that he's gone, it's hard not to say that I don't miss him because I do miss him, even though he's a pain in the ass. But I do miss him, like, because I have nobody to watch football with or like talk about football, Because my nephews are all young, right? They ain't watch football that they don't watch football like me, right? And I'm talking about soccer, but football is what we call it here. But yeah, me and my dad, we always, and then our team beat the best team in the world 2 days ago, and we won 2-1, and everybody was so excited because we're the underdogs and we won. And the first thing I did was cry, you know, and I cried for a bit, and once I finished, I grabbed my phone and I said, "Fuck, I wish I could call my dad right now and talk about the game." But then I said to myself, "Well, dumbass, he was probably at the stadium watching the game in spirit with all his friends." That's exactly what I said because I didn't feel his presence here. And I always joke about, when I die, I'm going to go to every game for free and go to the stadium and go in planes for free and go around and watch my teams play every day. I always joke about that shit, but it's actually true. People do it. It's actually a real thing. Spirit actually can do that. So, you know, now I said to myself, well, dumbass, your dad's probably watching the game. He was there, so he watched it. I just wish that, we could have watched it together in, real life instead of spirit. But it was cool. Cause, he's the reason why I'm a sports fanatic, cause he is. See, the reason I love sports is because of him. He embedded that shit in my brain. All he did was watch sports all the time. He's the reason I love the Celtics. He's the reason I love, sporting, my Portuguese team, soccer, football team. He's the reason I love sports because he used to teach me about sports. He taught me about, what's this, what's that. He taught me everything about sports before I even knew. And then I had this big book, and my mom reminded me about it the other day. I don't have it anymore, but I used to have this big ass book, and I used to write down all the players' names. I used to write down all the goals that they scored, and we used to tally them up. And then the commentator would say, so and so has 15 goals, and I would count it all up, and I'd say, yeah, Dad, we're right. We got it right. He has 15. And then I used to listen to the radio with him because back then we didn't have no satellite. We couldn't afford satellite and cable, and we just had like a 3 channel fucking bullshit ass system where we didn't see any games. Back then you couldn't watch the games unless you were rich and you had satellite, But we would we would go to the football club and watch it sometimes on a big game or something like that, and it was like on a projector screen. But our team wasn't as good as it is now. So at least he saw our team win back-to-back championships for the first time in our generation. So it's cool. But every time I watch a game every week, man, it hurts to watch the game and not see his phone number come up and say, "Hey, you saw the game? You saw that fucking referee, that bastard." He don't swear like that, but he'll like say like Portuguese words that almost sound like that. You know, he was very religious, and he didn't really. I never heard him say fuck. I heard him say shit, and things like that, and ass, and stuff like that. Every time and every night, he'll say like weird ass Portuguese like words, but he never like said fuck or anything like that. That and then he came out of my mouth, not his. But yeah, it's been hard lately because it's like it's caught up with me. It's finally like a reality in my mind. Like, and I've been saying it a lot. Like it finally, like when he passed away, it was just like a surprise. Like I didn't want to accept it, and I felt like weird. Like nah, this is all like a dream, or he's all right. He's gonna be here, like or I'll be all right. I can handle not having him around, and I try to play tough and hold in my emotions all the time, but it didn't work. It caught up. It finally caught up with me. So now, like every weekend, I start to cry when I can't talk to him, about the game, especially when we win against like a big team and it's a big deal. Like it sucks. It's like fuck, man. Can't even talk about the game because him and I are like fanatics. We eat, sleep, and shit sports, but nobody else in my family's like that. My brother is an idiot. He don't know nothing about sports. My mom knows because my mom hears us talk. So she'll call me and say, "Did they win?" I'm like, "Yeah, mom." "Oh, daddy will be this way." And I'm like, "Here we go." Then you start bawling out, crying and shit. So it's been tough. It's finally caught up with me, if that makes sense. Like, like the emotions have finally caught up with me, like, and I can't hold back anymore. So I just let it out, you know? Fuck it. I just cry every week now and just let it out. And then it's hard because I see pictures of Diamond all the time, or I'll get reminded. Today I got reminded about Diamond when I saw another dog, and I'm like, fuck, I used to do that with her all the time. Then I start crying again. I'm like, fuck, man, this is some bullshit. Like, and I'm not really a crybaby like that. I don't really cry like that, but I think it's finally hit me, like, it's like I've been denying the tears and denying like the emotions, trying to be a tough guy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. But I just kind of accepted the fact that I have to let it out. Everybody always tells me, just cry, Mark. Fuck it. Who cares? Like, yeah, that's good, Tanya. At least the cops ain't Yeah, I agree with you both. And I have, even though I don't want to, but I don't do it in front of anybody. I do it on my couch. I'll be laying it. I like just like when the game finished, like people were like texting me. My nephews are like, "Hey, bro, we won." I just put the phone down and just started crying for a bit. And I could hear my phone going ping, ping, ping. I didn't even want to look at it. I couldn't because I had too many tears in my eyes at the time. And seeing everybody celebrate, and then it hit me. It's like, fuck, dad's there watching all those people celebrate. And I was like, fuck, I know dad's there watching the game. He must be fucking so happy right now because we won. We just beat the best team in the world. And it was like one of those, it's like, nobody predicted my team to win. And then we won. And it was 50,000 people watching the game. but it never registered at the time, right? That my dad was there in spirit with all his friends that root the same team. And I started to name all the friends. And it was weird because I got it after the game. And the next day, I got an image of him and all his friends at the game. It didn't happen during the game, but it happened after the game. And I was like, look at this shit. I didn't realize it at first. And I was like, bang, here it is. So it's been like a weird transition I had to deal with lately with emotions and it's just fucked up. Yeah, Tanya will be all right. She's gonna see soon enough. I know that feeling of that. But yeah, Tanya, it is the hardest of hearts, yeah. Especially lately. It's like it feels weird, to feels weird to cry every time, you know. It just I cried more for Diamond than I did with my dad because my dad was like at the funeral I cried a lot, but I was more mad than anything because he went so fast and there's more things I want to say, but I'm not gonna say it on here, obviously. But like I was more mad than I was emotional when he died. And like when Diamond died, it was even worse. I cried more, like constantly, because I was with her every single day. I wasn't with my dad every day. See, I was with her every day. So she was my shadow. So it was harder. Her death was harder than my dad's. But now, lately, because of all the sports stuff, I get reminded about my dad a lot. And then I start to cry thinking about him all the time. Then I go to my mom's house and both of us would start to shed tears. And my mom would be like, I hate being in this house alone. I have nobody to talk to. And then she looks at me and says, I know what you're going to say. I'm like, yeah, I got to go home to an empty apartment with no fucking dog, you know? Like, I've been with this dog for 10 fucking years, almost 11 years, and she's been sleeping with me for 4 years straight. Saved her fucking life from drowning in the pool. I've been through hell and back these past few fucking months, man. I don't know how the hell I've kept it together. I really don't. Because a normal person will fucking crack and break down and be all fucked up emotionally and mentally. But I'm stronger than that. Like I've always been the type of person that can hold back and just realize that there's more to life than what I'm dealing with. And that what I'm dealing with is nothing compared to a person's bad luck in their lives. I always compare my life, which I shouldn't, but I compare it in a way where, I have it easier than this person. You know what I mean? I'd rather lose my dad at 82 years old than lose him at 42 years old, which a lot of people, you know, I know have lost their parents way early in life and it affects them for the rest of their life. At least I saw my dad, until 82 years old, and my mom's now 80. So it's difficult, man. But for me, death is different because I deal with them. I deal with them in spirit. So when I deal with, because I've been dealing with spirit my whole life, especially the last, 10 to 15 years, I've been doing mediumship. But the last 6 years on here, I've been doing it like almost every fucking week. But ever since my dad passed, in the beginning I saw him, but now I don't really see him too much. And then, like I said, like it's just it's a weird thing. It's a weird feeling to see somebody you saw almost every day, in spiritual form. So it doesn't make doing it for somebody else is easy, but doing it like seeing it myself, seeing that person, like, or seeing my dad or Diamond or anybody that I know in spirit, like my family. I don't want to see that. Like, I kind of like refuse to see it because it'll hurt too much. It'll be like, what the fuck, Like, this is so weird. Like, I don't want that. I rather save that for everybody else. You know what I mean? I rather remember the person in a physical sense if they're close to me instead of like a spiritual sense now. Because I know that at the end of the day, they'll have a few words with me every now and then, which they do, and then they'll just go about their business because they know how I feel about that. I can't handle that shit. Thanks, Burger. I appreciate it. But I'm all right. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not some wankster ass, chump that can't handle his emotions and shit. I've been through a lot my whole life with death, emotions, and people that have died that I love and care about. Everybody goes through it. But never like this, like, where my dad and my dog went within a matter of 2 months. So it's like, what the fuck moment. It's like, really? This shit had to happen like this? Like, fuck, man. Like, you won't even give me a break. And then I'm like, wait a minute, bro. There is no breaks. That you got off easy, and I did. I got off easy. I didn't have to see my dad at a home. I didn't have to hear my dad say, "Who the fuck are you? I got dementia." I look at all those factors in life, and that's why I try to remind people. My dad died of a heart attack, so he was gone, poof, gone. That's it, quick and easy. you know and I hear so many of my neighbor tells me that his dad don't even recognize him no more. You know how fucked up that is? That hurts. I would not want my dad like that. So I'm glad my dad went the way he did. He didn't have to suffer anymore, nor did he deserve to suffer anyway, because he was deep down inside, he was a great man and a great father and a great husband. He was a great person. He wasn't an evil, bad piece of shit. He took care of his family. That was his main priority. You know. So, like, I don't want that to happen to me. Like, hell no. I would never want to see my dad at a home and I walk in there and be like, "Hey, dad." He'd be like, "Oh, who are you?" That shit will fucking kill me, man. I would never want that to happen. And I know people that happens to right now. And that must be like, that must be like the worst feeling in the world. I would never want that, man. So I'm glad that he went. I'm glad that he went the way he did. And the same thing with Diamond. Like, I know she was deteriorating a lot, but within 2 days, she was pretty much gone, you know? And that was it. So it's nothing like I really can do. But I'm glad they both went right away, because I don't want to see any of them suffer. Like, that'll be worse for me. And I don't really want that. So I got blessed to not see both of them go through months and months and months of, you know, that type of situation, like the worst case scenario shit. So thanks, love and life. I appreciate it. Okay, Barbie. You jumped in the shower and ate the rest of your bagel. Sounds good. You said it's been 15 years since the passing of your mom. Unexpectedly, my dad and siblings have been depressed for all these years. Yeah, see, that's fucked up, man. When the woman goes first, it's even worse because usually the woman does everything, right? And that's what I always prayed to God for. I said, please don't let my mom go first. Because if I have to take care of this man, I'm gonna go fucking nuts. And like, and my dad was on the verge of dying anyway. I could see it. A week, probably 2 weeks before he died, he was deteriorating. Right on his birthday, his 82nd birthday, he couldn't even do anything. He barely could walk, you know. He could barely move and shit. He was like having problems. And I was like, oh fuck. He's gonna like go any day now. I kind of felt it. Okay, Virgo. Yeah, it is. It is fucked up. Well, see, my dad's death didn't change the family. Only for that week. Only for a week where we all came together the next day to talk about that. And I knew him I know my dad better than all my siblings because I was with him all the time, right? I was his favorite, guaranteed, without a doubt. And my siblings don't really like that. My youngest sister and me, were always with our parents. And my dad loved all of us, but not equally. Even though he didn't say it, but he'll say it indirectly. But I still don't like my older siblings. I still don't associate with them like that. Anytime I see them is family functions, and the family functions ain't organized by me, and it never will be. And when my mom passes away one day and we're still all around, if that's the case, there won't be no more family functions. Fuck them. I don't want nothing to do with them because they're the reasons why. They're the ones who gave my dad the headaches. They're the ones who put my dad through hell and made him sick. You know? But if I say that to them, they're gonna be like, what do you mean? I didn't do anything. It was his fault. No. I know the truth. Okay, Virgo. No. Marky knows the truth. I know my dad. He said everything. He pretty much let everybody know, let me know like how he feels about them, and I know what they put my dad through. That's why my mom told me today that my brother goes to the cemetery at least once a week. And I ain't been to that cemetery since I put my grandfather's plaque on the grave. And my brother told my mom, "Oh, I saw the plaque that Mark put up for Grandpa's grave. It looks really nice. Why the fuck you didn't do it? You knew him and I didn't." That's what I would like to say to him. Why you didn't do it? Why didn't my sister do it? You know why? Because it's all about money. I'm not spending money on that. It's not important. He's been dead 50 years. Fuck it. He was rude to us. No, you was rude little fuckers. And he tried to correct you because none of you like to be corrected. So it's okay to correct your kids and tell them off, but when your grandfather tells you off, it's not okay, huh? Fucking idiots. Look, I never met my grandfather. He died when my mom was 5 months pregnant with me. And when I found out that he had no plaque on his grave, I was fucking so mad. And I said, why? Why would nobody do that? Like that's fucking annoying. Like that don't even sound right. How the fuck is my grandma's name on there but not my grandpa? And then I found out all these stories about my grandpa. But no one talked shit about him. They just said he had, some issues and shit. And, all that stuff, So then I said, well, he ain't never done nothing wrong to me. And I know he's been there for me in spirit. I can tell. And you know what? I'm going to go put his name on that grave. I'm going to go get a plaque and buy one and put it on myself. And that's what I did. And ever since I did that, I've been getting more spiritual messages, more spiritual crazy things happen to me, because see, once you like allow that spirit to come into your life and be a part of it and accept them, even if you never met them, it doesn't matter. Because if it wasn't for him, I would not be here today in this country. He came here as an immigrant. He bust his fucking ass for years. And all he wanted to do is retire and go back. He had 3 more years before he retired. And he died at 62. He had 3 more fucking years and he would have went back home to his house in Portugal. That's all he wanted. But this place killed him from working so much. But he brought my uncle and my dad to Bermuda and his wife, my grandma. Bring him here for a better life. He did everything for his children and everything for his wife. Boss his ass here as a landscaper in the hot sun. And look. So you mean to tell me that man don't deserve? You have a good life because of him, but you won't put a plaque on his grave. You should all rot in fucking hell. Fucking idiots. So I had to go do it. A person who never met the man, Okay, fine. I'll do it. And guess what I'm going to get out of it? Respect and more spiritual power. So why not? And I did it. And that's exactly what happened. And I know my grandfather and my father are happy that I did that. But my brother saw the plaque, but he won't call me and say, hey, dude, respect for doing that, man. Grandpa was a nice guy, Nothing. That bastard will not call me and say, hey, thanks, Mark, for doing that. But you'll go tell my mom, but you won't call me. You knew the man for years. You could tell me shit about him, but you won't. Because you're a dickhead. And that's why I don't like family bullshit no more. Fuck these people. I don't care if you're my brother or whatever. Who the fuck you are? Why you didn't do this shit? Why you guys waited all this? Man's been dead for 49, 50 years. And you guys wouldn't even have the decency to do that shit. When I found that shit out, I've been people would tell you I was on here fucking making off. I was so mad. I was mad for weeks I'm still mad about it. And then my mom tells me that idiot goes to the grave. You know why he goes to my dad's cemetery to the grave? Because he's fucking guilty. He's one of the main reasons my dad has fucking problems with his heart, because you drove that fucking man crazy by marrying a hoe and wasting all your money and time on that bitch. Now look at you. You're a broke ass fucking idiot because of it. And my dad was telling you every day not to do it. You still did it. So you drove him fucking crazy. You're not the only woman from California to say that to me. That's why I'm not good. I don't want to get married. That's why I don't get married. That's why most men die before women. You drive us fucking nuts. But yeah. And that's why I told my mom that one day, if she goes and all my siblings are still alive, and I sit there at that table, they're going to hear my mouth. And that's probably going to be the end of family functions forever. Because when I speak, they get mad. I'm gonna tell them all about themselves. That shit's hilarious. How you go to the grave every week now. Fuck you going down there for? My dad's not even there, you dumbass. You're talking to a fucking carcass in a box. You don't even know that spirit is not there at those cemeteries. That just shows how dumb you are. You don't know anything about spirit. You don't know anything about God. Where the fuck's the cemetery for God? You think people go there and pray to him? People pray every day, anywhere, anytime, bro. You know? She says, I'm not just any woman, jerk face. See? I made my point. See how you women treat me? But anyway, yeah. Sometimes you just gotta let it out and say shit, you know? That's why I don't like people. People are weird. Thanks for killing my moment. You know how many playing with you. But it's just like it's so annoying, you know, to know that these people have no brains. Like my older sister, she's another one. They don't say nothing to me. They don't say anything to me. And they have no heart. They have no conscience, you know? Right? They have no heart, no conscience, no nothing. My older sister, she's the same way. She put my dad through pure bullshit, you know? And my dad was broke because of her college fees. You think she'll say, yeah, I got money now, I'm gonna give back to my mom and dad? Fuck no, too selfish. We all got an inheritance this month from my mom, sister, and husband. Left us all in their inheritance when they died. We just got it after 2 years. You think they'll say, hey mom, here's some money for you? Fuck no, they won't do that. But guess who does? I rest my case. And that's why universe always gives me always gives me what I need. Not what I want, but it gives me what I need. And you know what the universe gives me? Universe gives me health, strength, and power to deal with life. That's all I want. I don't care about money. I don't care about none of that fucking bullshit. I want to go to Cali one day because my grandfather, his family was from California, and he used to work out there in a farm, you know. So I've always wanted to go to Fresno because that's where his brother married a woman from California, and he had kids out there, and they were from Fresno. And I got the address of where they used to be and everything. So I've always wanted to go there one day. See, I actually care about the roots of my family and where my grandfathers came from and my, great uncles came, where they were. My mom told me a lot of shit that my grandfather was out in California for years helping his brother. Black magic women. Now, honestly, there's a lot of people from California who come in here and they always invite me to come out there. They're like, if you come to California, you better come see me. You better tell me you're here. I'm coming to get you. You can stay at my place. I'll be like a celebrity walking through fucking California. I have all these women there, all these people there greeting me. Yay, Mark is here. You're coming with me. No, you're coming with me. No, you're coming with me. No, you're coming here. I stay closer to Fresno, so I'm gonna take you there. You're coming with me. I took the week off. She says we're probably related then. Well, the sad part is I don't really know my whole family out there, you know? It's like it's fucked up. That's why I would love to go to California one day to witness that, to see and feel, the spiritual energy out there, you know, and to feel like, that type of presence. But my grandfather left California on bad terms because him and his brother fell out. But I know my grandfather always told my mom that California was one of the most beautiful places he's ever lived in, and that he doesn't hate the country. He just hated the fact that his brother was a dickhead. But he said that his sister-in-law was um, very nice person and washed his clothes for him and fed him and shit, and because he worked hard, right? My grandfather, he was a gangster. He put in time for his family. He had 5 kids, you know, and I was the last grandchild he saw before he died. My mom went out there to go see my grandfather, and I was 9 months old. Yeah, see, you got to talk to my secretary, Barbie. You know, she's taking applications for wife material, so you have to send it into Barbie at gmail.com. Marky's secretary. Love and Life's got an attitude now. She's like, fuck this guy. He don't want me. I'll take any good woman there is out there, you know? I always said that California, because I have so much people from California coming here, maybe it's a sign for me to go there. Maybe I'll have like the best time of my life there, and maybe I'll meet somebody there. You never know, you know? Oh man. Maybe I'll go this year because I don't have Diamond anymore. And I really didn't want to go away because of her. I wanted to take care of her, but now I have nobody to take care of except for my mom. So I would have to like, honestly, I would have to go to California at a time where my mom will be taken care of, because I don't want to leave her by herself, because she is my main priority right now. If I went to California, I want to go for at least 2 weeks. I'm not going to go that far because California is far, far away from Bermuda, miles, thousands and thousands of miles away. And I have to take probably 2 to 3 planes to get there. I think two, or three. I'm not sure, but it'll take all day to travel there. So if I do come to Cali, I would like to meet you and everybody else that comes in here. I would like to set up something where I can meet and greet all of you. That would be cool. I would love that. I can meet all my friends that come in here from California, which is like 50% of the people that come in here are all from over there. So I would love to do that. I definitely would. I would definitely love to meet everybody. That would be like a dream come true to meet everyone. And then we could talk about our time together when I'm there, talk shit and have fun. And the most people that I talk to on here, they are not too far away from Fresno, like an hour or two away. Apparently Fresno is like right in the center of it. So people can like, meet with me there. So I would like to. I really would. And now this year I might have a chance to actually do it because right now I have nothing to really hold me back from going. So that'll be nice. I would love that, to be honest. I wouldn't mind doing it. but I would not go there all in one day. What I'll probably do is go from here to Atlanta, and then Atlanta to like Houston, and then I'll probably go from Houston to California or something like that. But I'll do it in like every other day. I'll travel, so I'll probably do it like that. I'll keep you as a cousin. I'm far away from Fresno. See? Oh well, that sucks. Oh, that sucks. Well, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about traveling again. I haven't traveled in 6 years. This month made 6 years I haven't traveled. And one of the main reasons I didn't travel was because I never got the vax. I couldn't travel. And then the last 4 years I had to deal with Diamond. I didn't want to like leave her behind because she'll probably get devastated. So now all of that's, gone. And I never wanted to really go away because my parents needed me a lot and nobody else was going to give a shit about them. So now I'm kind of free, except for I have to make sure somebody takes care of my mom while I'm gone. So, but I would definitely love to go though. I'm not going to lie. I would definitely love to go. And I definitely want to go for at least 10 days to 2 weeks because California is huge and I would love to like go all over the place and, you know, see everybody and meet up with everybody, you know. I know love and life. I know we always talk shit and have fun. That's the main thing. We've been friends forever, so it's all good. You know me, I like talking shit. Don't take anything I say literally. I have to keep everybody on their toes. But if I do come to Cali, I'll let you know. Well, she can, but she says she doesn't want to go anywhere no time soon. But that's what she says. But if my sister, you know, if my sister gets her a ticket, she'll go. I'm sure she'll go. Cause my mom, she loves to travel. It was my dad. See, my dad didn't want to travel nowhere. He hated flying. But my mom, she don't give a shit. She'll love to go. So, but she wants to go back to Portugal. See, and I do too. I want to go back to Portugal one more time. And I would love to take my mom with me. She would love that. Yeah, I might take her to Portugal this year. We might go away and go watch a game or something. And I'll take her to her family. She can go hang out with them for a while. She has some family left. She has nephews and nieces in Portugal. And she has a brother in law in Portugal that's still living. But I would love to take her there. Virgo said, "Me too, Mark." Yeah, I'll stop. I can stop on the way and visit you if you want. Oh, you got your home now, Tanya? There's never a dull moment, Tanya. Shit. I'm glad you're here and safe. I was praying for you in the background, making sure. See, Spirit made sure they was driving. They took a, what they say, Jesus take the wheel? I told you. You just gotta believe Spirit would take the wheel for you. Yeah, so I would like to, you know. Yeah. Well, now you know for next time, if there is one. Yeah, it happens, especially when you can barely see properly. Sometimes our nervousness does that. It happens to me too. Nah, don't say you're dumb. Please don't say that. You're not dumb. Listen, I just told you, like, I that happens to me sometimes. I'm like, oh shit, why did I go this way? Fuck. I didn't want to go this damn way. I do it all the time. I usually take the same route, but you know, sometimes you fuck up and you go the wrong way. You get sidetracked or you drive beyond the place that you were supposed to turn. I do that all the time. I'm like, oh shit, I forgot to turn there. Now I gotta go all the way around. Fuck. I do that shit all the time. Yeah, see, Virgo does it. So, so don't call yourself dumb woman. Please don't do that. Yeah, exactly, love and life. Like you said, she could have avoided an accident. Yep. Amen to that. Well, at least you're home and at least you're safe and you're still there talking to us. So that's a good thing. Yeah. You know, that's what we're all here for, to help each other get through things. And I think a lot of people like to listen to me talk. So that's why I talk so damn much when I'm on here. And I think we all can relate to each other's lives and shit. You know, it's just the way it is. So yeah, I might travel this year. I might even travel next month because my nephew's going to Boston for 5 days for a volleyball tournament. Nothing's set in stone quite just yet, but he got picked for the team. And I always watch it online. But my sister's going to be away, my nephew's going to be away, and me. And no one's going to be here to take care of the house. Not that it needs to be taken care of because there's no animals here, just a fish tank, which I'm about to get rid of. And we'll have the alarm on and everything. And worst comes to worst, we can just call my older sister because she lives right down the hill if anything happens, which won't happen. We'll be fine. So I'm thinking about going away for a couple days, and then I was thinking about telling my mom if she wants to come, we can go too. She can come too, and I'll pay for her ticket, and we will all go to Boston and watch my nephew. Uh, But she probably wouldn't like watching the game because it's too loud and shit. So I'll just take her shopping. Fuck it. Yeah, but she's not gonna do it because she's old school, right? And the Portuguese community, right? If they find out that she ran away within 5 months of her husband dying, then they're gonna be like, "What type of widow are you? You ran away. You're not. It's like you're celebrating without your husband. You're an idiot widow. You're not loyal to your husband because you ran away within 5 months of his death." That's exactly what people would say to her, and she hates that shit. You're like, "Oh, you ran away already? Your husband just died." Fuck. I tell my mom, "Fuck these people. Who cares what the hell they say?" I said, "Look at your sister. Your sister, right? And your sister and your brother-in-law, right? Your brother-in-law retired. They were millionaires, right? They were millionaires, no kids, and got all this money, big ass house in British Columbia and Canada. He said, now that I'm retired, I'm going to travel the world. He came to Bermuda. Then he went here, went there. He got cancer and then he died. End of life, finish. Everything he wanted to do, boom, fucked. Then he left all that money to his wife. And then we end up getting some of the money through inheritance because they couldn't even enjoy their own life and their own money. And I tell my mom, you want to be like that too? Because of people saying, oh, your husband just died, you shouldn't go away. That's like a crime. Man, fuck those people. And if anybody says anything to you, tell them call me. I'll fuck them off for you. Or if anybody says anything when I'm around you, I'll tell them, look, mind your fucking business, yeah? Life's too short. Don't worry about my dad and my mom and me and whoever else went away. Ain't any of your goddamn business. And I told my mom, just don't tell nobody. And if somebody asks, you say, oh, I've been sick at home. Oh, why you didn't come church that weekend? I was home sick. Boom, that's it. Don't fucking tell nobody none of that shit. Exactly. You ain't paying but my mom's old school, see, and the Portuguese people here, they're fucking dumb. They always say, oh, yeah, what type of person are you? Why are you doing that? Yes, exactly, Barbie. I kept you safe. See, I told you had nothing to worry about. Exactly. Yeah, well, me. Or so what? Because Diamond died last month, I'm not supposed to go nowhere? Fuck, now that she's gone, I can go somewhere because I've been sacrificing my time for her. So what? She's gonna come back and bite me and haunt me? Come on now. Like, that's stupid. Like, grow the fuck up. I told my mom, don't worry about these people. Fuck them. They ain't paying for your ticket. They don't pay for your bill. They don't pay for you. They don't earn your life. Who cares? You think dad's gonna come haunt you in spirit because you went away? No, when my mom's brother died last 2 years ago, it's gonna be 2 years in July that my uncle passed away. My mom went to Toronto to his funeral with my oldest sister by themselves. And my dad says, I can't go, I can't do it. I won't be able to walk. I won't be able to go. I'm not going. And my dad didn't say, oh, you can't go because you're leaving me by myself. My dad didn't say you can't go nowhere. My dad said, yeah, go. It's fucked up, but you go ahead. I'm gonna be here by myself. But I'll be all right. I got Mark, Mark will come here and make food for me because I don't know how to make no fucking food. He didn't even know how to recipe on how to make ice. But I hooked him up. I went there every day, made sure he had food, made sure he was okay. This was just a year and a half ago. You know what I mean? So I took care of my dad while my mom went away. I told my mom, look, go away. Don't worry about dad. I'll take care of him. I even told my dad, you want me to spend the night here? No, that's okay. I'm not scared to be here. If somebody comes out, hit him with my cane. I say, yeah, good man. See, you got it done. You got it done. You're good to go. I'm saying my dad never held my mom back from going nowhere. When I was 9 months old, my mom went with me by herself to Portugal to go visit her dad and went to the funeral. The fuck you talking about? My dad's never been that type of possessive weirdo type guy to not tell his wife he can't do shit. And I told my mom that. My mom goes, yeah, I know, but I just don't want nobody talking about me. I said, Mom, who cares about these people? Who cares what they say? If you're a widow, that's not your fault. And you have to go away, you go away. So what? If you get sick and you have to get air ambulance out, what are they going to say? Oh, yeah, well, it's an excuse because you got air ambulance out, you got sick, so you had no choice. No. It's the same shit. You had to travel. So what are you gonna do? Tell the doctor kill me because I can't go away because people are gonna talk about me? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, people. Like, get a life. And that's why I'll tell my mom, look, let's go. I got your ticket right here. We're going away. Let's get out of here. Fuck this shit. You've been home all day dealing with this bullshit for months. Let's go. Let's get out of the house for a while. A new change of scenery. Dad won't mind. He don't care. He's good to go. Who cares? Cheers. Let's get out of here. She would love to go California because her father used to always tell her California is the best place I've ever been to in my life. And my mom says, "Oh, I wish I can go." I'd take her. I'd take her to California if she wanted to go. Sure. Hell yeah. I'll go with her. I'll take her. I'll be a good son. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Hey Lisa, how you doing? So at the end of the day, I would do it. You know. But it's all good. You know. I just want her to be happy, that's all. So I'll probably wait a little while and then we'll go. We might go in the summertime or we might go around like May, June, something like that. So right now it's winter time, so we don't really want to go nowhere colder than here. So she said she already made an excuse, Barbie. She said Fresno is too far away. See, she don't want to meet the love of her life, midway. It's all right. I'll send somebody to go get her. I'll send somebody to get her. Even if she has to go on a mini plane to come over, I'll go to her. That's cool. You're doing good, Lisa? Good. I remember the year of COVID, I had planned to go visit everyone. I was so happy. I'm like, yeah, guys, I'm going to come visit all of you. We're going to have like a meet and greet session, you know? And I was like, come on now, let's go. So, and then COVID hit and it ruined all my plans. I was so fucking mad. It's all good though. You never know. I might end up going out there and having fun. And maybe my mom might come with me. We'll see. I'm going to tell her, look, if I'm not here, you're going to be here alone. So you might as well come with me. And she'll probably, well, we have to get her passport renewed. So that's in the process right now. So once our passport's renewed and she gets it, we're going to go away. She likes Boston and Florida. Those are her favorite United States places. So I wouldn't mind taking her to Boston or to Florida. I don't really like Florida like that, but I'll go. And my sister's going on a cruise in July, and my sister invited her to come, but she said no. And I told her, you should go on the cruise. Go have fun. I'll take care of the house. Don't worry about it. I don't want to go. I don't feel like going. And I'm like, gosh. But July is a long way away. So she might change her mind. I told my mom, you should go. You should go away and have fun. I'm going to try and convince her to do things. So we'll see. Hopefully she goes away this year. That'll be nice because if she goes away, I can do more to the house without her being there and surprise her when she comes back. Because there's a lot. I told my sister that I would love for her to go away for like 2 weeks so I could renovate the electrical panel that's in that house. But I would need like 2 weeks to do it by myself without her being in there and shut off the electricity and like redo the whole electrical in there. That's one thing I would love to do in that house, but I can't do it with her in there because she'll go crazy looking at all that dust and shit. You're making too much noise and dust. Look at my house. Oh my god. But see, if she's away for like 2 weeks, I can do it and have it all ready and clean, and she won't even notice. She'll come back and be like, she'll notice though, because she's like that. She knows. But I'll try and make it unnoticeable. Or I wouldn't say nothing until she notices. Then she'll call me. She goes, "What you do to this house?" I'll be like, "Sorry, mom. You know, I had to do it. I told you not to do that. You spend that money on this and that. Oh, but thank you. It's so nice now. Yeah, you're welcome." That's one thing I want to do. So I'm gonna convince her to go away with my sister, and so that way I can redo the electrical at the house. Should take me about a week and a half. I would love to do it, but it's a lot of like a lot of shit to cover up and a lot of shit to deal with. But I would hire my cousin to come help me, and then I'll make a whole heap of fucking bullshit. All right, Lisa, thanks for the donation on PayPal. I'll read your book on here. No, she didn't actually, write a book. No, 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 no. You guys didn't catch the joke. All right, let me read what you wrote here. Because you remember when people write things inside, when Maria P, when she's in here, I say you wrote a fucking paragraph inside your PayPal. You wrote a book. That's what I would say. So Lisa's like, I wrote a book, on the for the question. I think she might have rubbed off on you, Tanya. All right, let me read what you said, Lisa. I found out. Well, you wrote a book, but you also asked me 3 questions. That's what you forgot to mention. And then she says, not sure how to word it all in one question. That's because you asked 3 questions. Another nuisance in my life. See what I mean? Let's summarize it. She always makes me work hard for answering her question, like she's special. I swear, some people you don't never change. You know. All right, I'll talk to Spirit and see what they say. They'll probably like, look, Mark. Some others do have them, bro. You just gotta deal with these people. Yeah, I know. We have a lot of those in here. That's what I specialize in, special people. When the other ones aren't around, you show up. So it evens all out, keeps me going. All right. first question, will it go smoothly? It's saying, and will you get everything out in time? It's saying that it's going to be a task. You have to really like work on that. I don't get too much positive things on that. It's saying that you really have to like, make a serious effort in order for this move to go smoothly. And it doesn't look like you'll make it out in time, but you're going to have to. So obviously you're asking because you probably ain't going to be able to, or you got to get off your ass and make it happen, you know? So in order for this to happen, you have to do you got to do what you have to do. And that's what I tell people all the time. The questions you ask, you have the answer to them already. And you got to get off your ass and make it happen. So to answer your first, two questions in one, the cards are saying that you have to overcome whatever happens. So if things don't go the way it's supposed to, you have to overcome those things. And whatever you feel like you have to do it in a new way where you don't do it like the way you used to do it. Do things in a new way. Another thing is don't try to get assistance from anybody and want something back in return, because that's probably not going to happen either. Or if the people that you really think you can count on, you might not be able to count on them. So it looks like you'll be disappointed at times, but possibly something better happens after you actually start to get the move going. Like after a while, like the first couple of days, it might be a pain in the ass. But once you get to like the very end of the move, you'll be like, okay, finally, I got everything out of here. I'm good to go. And everything ended up working out fine. So that's what the outcome is everything's going to be okay in the end. But it's going to be a pain in the ass because that's because you're a pain in the ass. As far as like you and your landlord, that would be fine. I think that they're probably going to be upset that you're going because you might be a good tenant, even though you're a pain in the ass. So they'll be probably sad to see you leave. They're going to be sad to see you go, but they know that you're doing what's best for yourself. You know, but they know that you're committed to get whatever you want. They'll understand everything. They'll be fine with like the move. They'll probably be a little upset because you're gone, but that's about it. I don't see nothing bad in that area. I just see a little bit of disappointment. Like they might be disappointed that you're leaving, but they'll get over it. They'll be fine. They'll end up finding a better tenant. Well, there you go. That's why the cards came out positive with that, because you've been a good tenant. So they'll be sad to see you go. But your part is, fine. Everything. The person that's your landlord will be fine. They'll understand what you're doing. Get your own place. So that looks positive. That looks positive. Doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo. Yep. Okay. Doo-doo-doo. Let me see here. What time is it? It's almost midnight. I swear, time is travel. It's going so fast. I've been on here for almost 3 hours. I've been on here. It says 2 hours and 42 minutes. It doesn't even seem like I've been on here that long. That's so crazy. That's what happens when you start talking and shit. Da-da-da. Yeah, I'm leaving right now. I'm taking your shit and leaving. I ain't answering you no more questions. You just paid for the other ones. Now I get to leave. Okay, Tanya. I'm glad you made it home safe, and I'm glad you're okay. And yes, that bro made it through his surgery. He said he was gonna go take his meds. I don't know if you caught him saying that, but he says he was gonna go take his meds. So I'm sure he's probably resting and stuff. But yeah, see, we're all okay. We're all gonna be all right. We all help each other, and that's what matters, you know. You're welcome, sweetheart. No problem. And thank you for listening to me. Yes, I know. A lot of people in here, all their hours are way behind me. It's midnight here. Everybody is behind me except for Lucky. She's way ahead of me. And anybody who's in Europe is 4 hours ahead of me. So they're already sleeping. All right, I got the other donation, thanks. And you said okay. All right, let me check. Okay, Barbie, take care. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be here tomorrow. All right, if your new landlord is a man, then I would say you're gonna get along with them, and they're like a good, stable person. You know, they're a leader. They're very accomplished. You know, they have a good influence and maturity about themselves. Um, it seems like they've had like a lot of bad they've had like a lot of bad tenants in the past or bad people in the past, so they're gonna like probably keep their eye on you, or obviously that's the normal thing to do. And they're gonna see if if you're the right person for the place, if you're gonna be good, if you're gonna do bullshit or whatever. Yeah, even though it's a couple, I would say the man is like more of like the person who like runs the shit. um I don't see a woman here, but I got the 9 of cups at the very end, and that tells me that you're gonna be happy after like a couple days of being there or a couple months of being there. I feel like the landlord is gonna be fine. He's the main person, the emperor. But I just get like, he's probably like going to judge you off of what happened in the past. So if he had a lot of shitty tenants in the past, he's gonna be like, fuck, I hope this person isn't gonna be a shitty tenant too. So he might like not give you a hard time, but he might be like, keeping his eye on you. which is normal, it's not a bad thing. And then at the end, I got the Nine of Cups, which means that, you're gonna feel very stable there. You're gonna feel happy there. He'll make you feel good there. If you need anything, he'll make sure like he, gets everything for you and stuff like that. So whatever difficulties that you go through that at the house, he'll make sure that he fulfills all your wishes there and make sure you get everything you need, whatever you ask, things like that. Well, at the end of the day, all landlords are going to be like that because they want to see if you're going to fuck up their house or you're going to be another asshole like the rest of them. Because a lot of people who rent places, they don't care about the place. And they feel like if they rent it, they earn it. Or they, run shit there, or they're, it's, their shit because they rent it. A lot of people have a bad mentality. Tenants have a lot of, have a bad mentality about where they are. They think they're entitled to everything that's in there and everything belongs to them because they're paying a rent. All you're doing is paying to stay there, temporarily. That shit don't belong to you. So a lot of landlords are, gonna be like that, which is rightfully so. I would be too. I'd be like, I ain't renting my shit out to no some fucking clown, you know. So overall, I would say it'll be good. Like I said, the initial beginning will be kind of like, off and on, obviously because you guys don't know each other. But after a while, you'll be happy. You'll be like, good. I'm so glad I moved here, and that. But that's all normal things, That's all things that are gonna happen anyway. So that's good to know. So it looks good, Lisa. You'll be fine. You know. Well, that's probably why you got the Nine of Cups. You might get your wish that they sell it to you. But that's something that you can develop over time, because they probably have to see how you are first. You see what I mean? They're not going to just sell you something because you just moved in there. They probably want to sell it to you because they're going to sell it to somebody that's actually worthy of it. You know what I mean? Which is all common sense things. I wouldn't want to sell a house that I own or a place that I know, you know, to somebody who's gonna ruin my shit, even though it's not mine no more. I still don't want to see it, get ruined by somebody just because they bought it. I would always want somebody to like. It's just like when I sold my car to this guy. He hasn't really taken care of the car like that, like he says he was. He let it go to shit. He only took care of it for like the first 2 months he had it. Now it looks like shit again. So I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with this guy? Like. So, but it's not mine no more, so I have no say in it, and I really don't care anymore. But what people do with the shit that I sell doesn't mean anything to me no more. But people have that like sentimental value type of mentality. So if you prove yourself to him that you're a good tenant and a good person, then I'm sure it wouldn't be a problem. You know. Yeah, exactly. Every time you move into a place, it always needs some tender loving care at one point. It's always like that. And the thing that I always tell people, and I said this to Tanya, because she's selling her home, and I always told her, look, don't fix it up too much, because the next person is gonna come in there, and they're gonna rip shit apart and do things that they're their way. Just fix it to a point where it's sellable, and you're happy with it yourself. But don't go ahead and rearrange shit, because that's the worst thing you can do. I'll never forget my sister sold her second house to these people, and they ripped all the floors up that they just put in. They spent like 12 grand redoing all the floors, and these assholes took all the flooring up and redid it their way. They took all the they took all the wood off the stairs and put tile. And then they took up the tile floor in the kitchen and put vinyl. And they put it all on the internet, and people and my sister saw it. I was like, "Hey, is this your old house?" And like, "Yeah." "Oh, these fucking idiots changed the whole damn house. Didn't you just put all that new shit in there?" They're like, "Yeah." And then they put a gate at the driveway so people don't back up in their gate. They put a big ass gate there in the driveway. And then now the house looks like complete shit. They let the house go. The people who bought it from my sister let it go to complete shit. Every time I drive by, I look at it, I'm like, holy shit, this place looked so nice. I paint my sister's second house, the one I'm talking about. I painted that house 17 years ago. I painted it, and it's still got the same paint that I painted it on. And the house is all moldy and shitty. Paint's all peeled off. Fucking paint's faded. Looks like someone's dirty fucking yellow teeth. I'm telling you. I tell people all the time, don't be fixing up no house you're gonna sell, because then you ain't gonna sell it and you can get your money back. And somebody's gonna come in there and rip that shit all apart because it looks ugly to them. Don't tell me I know, because when we moved into this house, just like this apartment never looked like this. This apartment has some vomit ass color on the wall. Looked like shit. Looked like someone puked on the walls. It was like a high lime green ass shit. Looked like somebody fucking spit on there with some mucus. It looked disgusting. Ugh. And this railing right here was yellow. It was never like that. I fixed this whole apartment up. New window behind me. That shit, I fixed everything. There was no curtains on here. I put curtains. I painted this whole place gray. The tile is the only thing that's on here that's original. I'm not gonna chop up the tile. The tile's nice. I like the tile. And every time I clean it, it looks good. So tile lasts forever anyway, pretty much. And I don't want to chop it all up either. Fuck that shit. I don't know. Yeah, I remember when I first moved in here, everything was shit. We fixed it up. Simple. Okay, Virgo, take care. I'm gonna go now anyway. It's past midnight here. I need to get my ass to sleep. I've been on here for 3 hours, for Christ's sake. I haven't done a 3 hour live forever. But I had fun tonight. It was nice seeing everybody and talking about life and things. Sometimes I need to vent about my life to people. I'm glad you guys listen and actually care. And I've been through some tough times these past few months. So it's nice to have everybody listen and actually, care and shit. So, Lisa, it was good seeing you. Glad I can answer your questions, and thanks for coming by. Wish you the best with the house and all that. And I wish everybody a good weekend, a good Friday. And I'll be here tomorrow at some point in time. I don't really have, the weather's been kind of shitty. So I was here all day today because the weather was so shitty. So. But anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow, and thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Thanks, Virgo. Good night, love and life. Thanks for being here, my friend. Take care. All right, Lisa. Good seeing you. Okay, thanks. Okay, bye.